Our cities are alive with hidden wildlife, often unnoticed by the millions of people who pass by each day. Thriving in the midst of concrete and steel, these creatures have found ingenious ways to survive and even flourish. Many animals have adapted to urban life, becoming our wild neighbors. Some, like raccoons and foxes, are masters of stealth, moving through the city mostly at night to avoid people. Foxes roam quiet streets at night, sometimes traveling miles in search of food. In London, one famous fox was tracked traveling over 195 miles across the city in just a few months. And pigeons nest on skyscrapers, using ledges as substitutes for the cliffs their ancestors once called home. Some city pigeons have even learned to ride subway trains to find food. These creatures are resourceful, finding food and shelter in unexpected places. Raccoons, for example, have incredibly dexterous paws and can open latches, jars, and even doors. Their presence reminds us that nature is everywhere, even in the busiest city. Birds have learned to time their flights with traffic lights, darting across intersections when cars are stopped. You don't need to travel far to witness urban wildlife, just look out your window. In New York, a red-tailed hawk named Pale Male became a local celebrity, nesting on a Fifth Avenue building for years, or visit a local park. A squirrel burying nuts is not just storing food. It's also planting future trees, as many forgotten nuts grow into saplings. Or a blackbird singing at dawn connects us to the natural world. Birds often sing louder in cities to be heard over the noise of traffic. Every city animal has its own story and role in the urban ecosystem. Some, like bats, help control insect populations, while others, like bees, pollinate city gardens. By observing them, we discover the resilience and adaptability of life. Did you know that some city rats have learned to avoid traps by watching other rats? In this journey, we'll explore clever mammals, high-flying birds, and the surprising ways they interact with the city environment, and even reptiles and insects that call our cities home. Some lizards thrive on warm sidewalks, while bees and butterflies find refuge in rooftop gardens. We'll see how they help keep our environment balanced, cleaning up food scraps and controlling pests. Understanding their world helps us appreciate the wildness around us. Urban wildlife watching has even become a popular hobby, connecting people to nature in unexpected ways. Urban wildlife is a reminder that we share our planet with countless other species, each playing a part in the city's living tapestry. Let's take a closer look at the secret lives of our city's wild residents. Their stories are unfolding all around us, waiting to be discovered. The adventure begins right outside your door. Step outside and you might just witness a wild drama playing out in the heart of the city. Mammals are masters of adaptation, and many have made cities their home, weaving their lives into the fabric of our daily routines. From the smallest hedgehog to the clever raccoon, these animals have learned to navigate the challenges and opportunities of urban life. The red fox, once a countryside dweller, now thrives in urban areas, scavenging for food and raising young in hidden dens. In London, some foxes have even learned to wait for traffic lights before crossing busy streets, a remarkable sign of their intelligence. Grey squirrels leap through city parks, using their memory to find hidden nuts, sometimes planting new trees in the process. In Central Park, a single squirrel was once observed digging up over a dozen different hiding spots in just one morning, always remembering where it had stashed its treasures. These accidental gardeners help green our urban spaces, and their playful antics bring joy to city dwellers of all ages. Raccoons, with their nimble hands, are notorious for breaking into bins and finding shelter in attics or chimneys. In Toronto, a raccoon once became a local celebrity after getting stuck on a construction crane, drawing crowds and news cameras as it was safely rescued. Their intelligence and curiosity make them urban survivors, capable of solving complex problems to access food and shelter. Even larger mammals, like deer or coyotes, sometimes venture into city parks, adapting to human patterns for safety and food. In Chicago, coyotes have been tracked using the city's network of green spaces as secret highways, rarely seen but always present. These animals blur the line between wild and urban, showing nature's persistence. Sometimes a hedgehog will curl up beside a city doorstep, or an opossum will quietly clean up fallen fruit in a backyard. Their presence is a testament to the adaptability of wildlife. Even bats, often overlooked, find roosts under bridges and feast on city insects, helping to keep urban ecosystems in balance. By learning about them, we see how cities and nature are deeply connected. Community groups in many cities now build special habitats and corridors to help mammals thrive alongside us. Urban mammals remind us that the wild is never far away. Sometimes, all it takes is a glance out your window to spot a curious visitor. They play a vital role in the city's ecosystem, from pollinating plants to controlling pests and even planting new trees. Their stories reveal the surprising ways animals thrive alongside us. A mother opossum carrying her babies across a city yard, or a fox teaching her pups to hunt in a vacant lot, are just a few of the remarkable scenes unfolding every night. The concrete jungle is full of life, if you know where to look. Next time you walk through your city, keep an eye out. You might just catch a glimpse of these secret urban neighbors living wild and free among us. Birds are the most visible urban wildlife, filling our cities with song and color, from the cheerful chirp of the house sparrow to the haunting call of the morning dove. Their voices echo between concrete and glass. Songbirds like robins and cardinals brighten city mornings, while doves and finches nest in hidden corners. Pigeons, once cliff dwellers, now nest on buildings and bridges, adapting perfectly to city life. Their iridescent feathers shimmer in the sunlight as they strut across busy plazas. House sparrows and starlings thrive in cracks and crevices, forming lively flocks that dart through traffic and gather on ledges. Starlings' evening murmurations create breathtaking displays above city streets, their synchronized flight painting patterns in the sky. Predators like peregrine falcons hunt from skyscrapers, keeping pigeon populations in check. The world's fastest animal, the peregrine can reach speeds over 200 miles per hour in a dive. Their return to cities is a conservation success, balancing urban ecosystems. Other raptors, like kestrels and red-tailed hawks, also patrol city skies, preying on rodents and insects. Birds control pests and pollinate flowers, supporting city gardens. Hummingbirds, with their iridescent throats, dart between balcony blooms, while chickadees hunt for insects in leafy parks. Their presence improves our well-being, connecting us to nature. Bird-watching brings joy to city dwellers of all ages. Simple actions like putting up a feeder or planting native flowers help urban birds flourish and invite more species to visit. Every city has its own cast of feathered characters. In London, green parakeets squawk in the treetops. In New York, bold blue jays and clever crows make their mark. Watching them reveals the wild beauty woven into urban life. Crows solve puzzles, sparrows bathe in puddles, and every bird brings its own story. Birds remind us that nature adapts and thrives even in the heart of the city. Swallows nest under overpasses, robins raise chicks in traffic lights. Look up and you'll see the city's skies are alive. Each bird a testament to resilience and wonder, soaring above the urban rush. Urban reptiles and amphibians thrive in the most unexpected places, hidden in cracks of old brick walls, basking on sun-warmed stones, or tucked beneath garden rocks. Lizards like agile wall lizards and even geckos can be spotted darting across sidewalks or clinging to city windows at night. These reptiles are expert hunters, feasting on insects and spiders, and helping to keep pest populations under control in our neighborhoods. Frogs, toads, and even salamanders find refuge in backyard ponds, city parks, and damp corners of gardens. Some, like newts, return each spring to breed in tiny water features, while others hide under logs and stones during the day. On rainy nights, you might spot toads crossing city streets or frogs calling from hidden puddles, their presence a sign of healthy, moist habitats. Their croaks and calls echo through the night, revealing a thriving, secret ecosystem just beneath our feet. Harmless snakes, like garter snakes and slowworms, quietly patrol gardens and parks, keeping rodent, slug, and insect populations in check. They often go unnoticed, blending perfectly into their surroundings. When you spot a lizard, frog, or snake in your garden, it's a sign of a healthy urban environment, one that supports a surprising diversity of life. Leaving wild patches, log piles, or even a simple pile of leaves in your garden creates safe havens for these secretive creatures, giving them places to hide, hunt, and breed. Avoiding pesticides not only protects reptiles and amphibians, but also preserves the insects they rely on for food, supporting the entire urban food web. Even small changes, like adding a mini pond, building a rock pile, or creating a wildlife tunnel, can make cities friendlier for these remarkable animals. So next time you walk through a quiet city corner, remember, beneath your feet and all around you, resilient reptiles and amphibians are living secret lives, adding wild surprises to our urban world. Urban rivers, canals and ponds are lifelines for city wildlife, supporting a surprising diversity of aquatic life. Fish like carp, perch, sticklebacks, eels and minnows adapt to city waters, signaling improving water quality and resilience. Ducks, swans, coots, herons, kingfishers and moorhens nest in parks and along waterways, bringing life to city lakes and streams. Feeding water birds responsibly helps keep them healthy and prevents water pollution. Beneath the surface, insects, snails, mussels, tadpoles, dragonfly larvae, and even leeches clean the water and support the food web. These small creatures are vital for a balanced aquatic ecosystem, providing food for birds, fish, and amphibians. However, urban waterways face challenges like litter, oil pollution, invasive species, and harmful algal blooms, all of which threaten aquatic life. Community cleanups and habitat restoration make a real difference for these fragile ecosystems. Healthy blue spaces enrich city life for people and animals alike, offering places to relax and connect with nature. Our actions, like reducing runoff, planting native vegetation, and disposing of waste properly, shape the future of urban waterways. Every clean river or pond is a victory for city wildlife, from the smallest insect to the largest swan. Insects are the unsung heroes of urban ecosystems. Every crack in the pavement, every patch of green is alive with their activity. Bees pollinate city flowers, making fruits and vegetables possible. In New York City alone, rooftop beehives produce thousands of pounds of honey each year, supporting both local flora and urban agriculture. Butterflies and moths add color and beauty, while their caterpillars feed city birds. Monarch butterflies, for example, use city parks as vital stopovers during their epic migrations. Moths pollinate night-blooming flowers, supporting nocturnal wildlife. Some species, like the hummingbird hawk moth, are often mistaken for tiny birds as they hover over city blooms at dusk. Spiders, though often feared, are expert pest controllers, eating hundreds of insects. In London, a single garden spider can consume over 2,000 insects in one summer. Their webs are natural defenses against flies and mosquitoes. Some city dwellers even report fewer mosquito bites thanks to thriving spider populations in their gardens. Planting nectar-rich flowers and building bug hotels supports these vital creatures. Community gardens across the world have seen increases in pollinator numbers after installing bug hotels and wildflower patches. Reducing pesticide use protects beneficial insects and the birds that depend on them. In Paris, pesticide-free initiatives have led to the return of rare butterflies and increased bird diversity. Insects form the foundation of the urban food web. House sparrows, robins, and even bats rely on insects for their survival in the city. Their presence keeps city ecosystems healthy and balanced. Without insects, city gardens would struggle to thrive, and many birds and mammals would go hungry. Even the smallest creatures play a big role in city life. Ladybugs, for instance, can eat up to 5,000 aphids in their lifetime, protecting urban plants from pests. Supporting insects means supporting all urban wildlife. In Berlin, researchers found that green rooftops with diverse insect life attracted twice as many bird species as those without. The tiniest neighbors are often the most important. Next time you spot an ant or a bee on your balcony, remember, they're helping to keep the city alive. From ants building intricate nests in sidewalk cracks to solitary bees nesting in old brick walls, urban insects are endlessly resourceful. Children in city parks often discover these tiny wonders, sparking curiosity and a lifelong appreciation for nature. Even at night, insects like moths and fireflies bring magic to the city, their lights and movements connecting us to the wild world just outside our doors. Urban wildlife depends on our choices and actions. Every day, we have the power to make a difference. We can make cities friendlier by planting native trees, creating green corridors, and reducing waste. Removing invasive species and planting pollinator-friendly flowers also helps local animals thrive. Every small effort, like building a birdhouse, leaving wild patches, or installing bee hotels, creates safe spaces for birds, insects, and small mammals. Teaching children about city wildlife fosters respect and curiosity. Organize nature walks, join citizen science projects, or help kids build bug hotels to spark their interest. When we care for urban animals, we care for our own well-being too. Remember to feed wildlife responsibly, offer seeds or nuts instead of bread, and always respect their space. Clean air, water, and green spaces benefit both people and wildlife. Providing fresh water sources during heat waves can be a lifesaver for urban animals. Our cities are healthier and more vibrant with wild neighbors. Simple actions like adding window decals can prevent bird strikes and save lives. By protecting urban habitats, cleaning up litter, joining tree planting events, or supporting local conservation groups, we ensure a future where humans and animals thrive together. Let's watch, learn, and appreciate the wildness around us. If you spot injured or orphaned animals, contact local wildlife rescue groups for help. Every city can be a haven for wildlife with our help. Even small balcony gardens or rooftop habitats can provide food and shelter for urban creatures. The story of urban animals is still being written. By working together, we can connect habitats and create safe passageways for wildlife. Together, we can make it a story of hope and coexistence. Advocate for wildlife-friendly policies and support organizations that protect urban nature. Our shared urban home is richer for every wildlife it supports. Let's keep finding new ways to welcome and protect our wild neighbors today and for generations to come.